because the best predictor of your future behavior is your past behavior. If you're a certain type and you've practiced it, and especially there's a saying, right? What is that? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay, so particularly if you're somewhat elderly and you've been practicing that way of thinking or that way of behaving, it's going to be very tough for you to rein that back in. The only way in which that change is going to happen, and even this is very tough, is if they themselves want to change. Okay, they themselves want to change, and you telling them that they need to change is not going to do it. If anything, people exhibit something called psychological reactance, which is that they dig their heels in even more. Okay, who are you to tell me, kind of a thing. So for me, I think the best strategy is to showcase to them the way in which one ought to behave, one ought to speak, one ought to think if one were a happiness maximizer, right? So if you epitomize all of those qualities, all right, then people naturally will find you to be charismatic. They'll find you to be worthy of mimicking. You telling them that you got to change is not going to do it. And here's the really beautiful thing is that if you do occupy that space of being genuinely happy and good, solid foundation of happiness under your feet, then this whole question itself at some level vanishes. You're not as perturbed by the fact that other people are the way they are. Not that you don't care for them. It's just that it doesn't perturb you as much. And you come from a place of centeredness that is much more attractive to them. And they're more actually willing to do what it is that they might even seek out advice from you. Okay.